Hi everyone! Today I'm scrapbooking a picture of my college roommate and I. Um, I have known her for 9 years and I can't believe that it's been that quick. Um, so I decided I was going to use this 9 portion of the cut apart sheet and add it to my title. The other pattern papers I wanted to use with this layout was the larger script font and the ombre navy blue striped sheet. I liked how I had days of the week, and I knew that we had lunch on a Friday. I was going to try to emphasize one of the Fridays from the pattern paper, but at the end of the day, it just didn't work out. So I just liked how it was days of the week. Now, I had cut the blue striped sheet very awkwardly for another layout, and I hadn't figured out how to use it, but I thought putting it on an angle would be kind of cool. And since we took our photo a little slanted as well, it was just the perfect angle to lay it out on the page. So the photo fits really nicely, and we actually look upright when I slant our photo. I was going to put the title to the left of the slant, and I'd put the 9 cut apart sheet right there. I didn't like how sharp the corners were for the 9, so I used my crocodile punch and rounded the corners. I'm gluing my photo down onto the navy striped sheet. I want to leave an equal amount of space on both sides of it so that it's right in the center of the pattern paper. I'm trying to position the photo about 2/3 from the left and 2/3 from the bottom so that it's pleasing to the eye and people will be drawn straight to our photo when you look at the page. And now I was about to put down the 9, but I realized I wanted to spell out years first to make sure that there was enough room and it was centered where I wanted it. I chose to use the gold glittered moonlight thickers from American Crafts to spell out years. I didn't want them to be too far up the slant, so I spelt it backwards and then put the 9 cut apart sheet down, because I could always trim down the 9 cut apart sheet if I didn't like where that ended up. Now I am picking some embellishments, and I picked the gray Studio Calico word stickers. The first one I liked was Remarkable, because then I can read the title as 9 Remarkable Years. And then I wanted to create another embellishment area, so I cut up teal camera icons to use in a little bit. Now you're going to see me struggle a little bit because I couldn't figure out what ephemera I wanted to use or what embellishments to use on the page. So I did my best and decided that I'd use another gray sticker right in that corner that says Friday, because we were together on a Friday. And I am now trying to find other pieces of embellishment to hide that upper corner that looked a little weird because of how the pattern paper is cut out. Whenever I get stuck like this, I tend to commit to things that I know I want on the page. So right now, I know I want the date. So immediately I put the date on the page, and I decided that I wanted it right above the photo. And that helps me move forward because I have to work with the decision that I had made. Now, if I didn't like where I put the date, I could always take a little tab and restamp it and cover it up so that it was never there. I'm committing to where I stamped my date to see what else would work well in that corner. That corner was really challenging me, so I decided to move on to something else that I knew I wanted to put on the page. I had punched out these little stars that I had punched out for a previous page and decided to start creating embellishment clusters in 3 different areas. So I put a star above the 9, and then I put a star in the lower corner of our photo, and then I knew I was going to add the other star to where the date was, but I hadn't figured out what else I wanted to put there. So I grabbed my Chamel wood buttons and placed a green arrow one right by the 9, pointing towards the title. a green ampersand one right below our photo, and then a asterisk one right by the date. I decided to add one more gray word sticker from Studio Calico, and that is right now right above the date. The next thing was journaling, and that was an easy thing to do too. So I decided to write my journaling in, and I wrote, "She and I get together every now and then, but I cannot believe we have known each other for 9 years already. Our friendship is still going strong." You don't really see what happens next because I cut it out from the video, but I had a really hard time figuring out what to do with that corner. Eventually, I did pick up the other piece of the striped paper and thought maybe I could extend it all the way to the top so that it actually completes the page. And I noticed that there was a way to make it line up pretty decently. So I cut up a corner of that piece and laid it right on top to make it look like it was one full sheet of pattern paper. I added the adhesive and made sure that the stripes looked evenly spaced and placed it down on top of the pattern paper. I did have to flip it over to make sure I cut off the excess and didn't cut off too much. Now we're back with that same troublesome corner that I'm not sure what to do with. I thought those little tags would be a good option, but I ended up not liking them there. I did finish putting my last star punch out on my page right by the date, and then I went and grabbed something that wasn't in my kit. It was this gold star glitter tape that I had gotten on sale at my local Paper Source retail store. It was a great addition to spread out some of that glitter gold that I had with my glitter thickers. And I also thought it was a really good way to help me hide that break line between the two sheets of blue striped paper. I realized that I actually didn't need to use my hot glue gun because there was already adhesive on the back. So now I'm adding that camera I cut out earlier to the layout, and I decided to put it right by the star next to the date. And that's it for my layout today. So please give me a thumbs up if you like my page. If you have any comments or questions, leave them below. I hope you have a crafty day.